Why, hello everyone! The second Friday in a row. It's so nice to see you. Well, without further ado, I might as well introduce us all. I am Atwas. I will be your narrator for this evening, and I'm gonna let my cast introduce themselves. How about you go first, Sander?
Sure thing. Hello, I'm Alex Ravitsky, or you can call me Xander, and I'm playing Private Broden Fink, ANZAC.
Uh, Jack?
Yeah, that's me. I'm Jack, otherwise known as Split Guardian, and I'll be playing Private Jonathan Holder.
Hi, I'm Jordan, and I'm going to be playing Private Archie DuPont.
Thank you so much. So, our cast is set. Just a little bit of business before we go on. We do have a sponsor, the lovely Session Zero Clothing. Please take a look. We do have a discount code, actually. Code FAILSAFE will give you a nice, tidy little discount on their website. They have some great merchandise, and it goes to support us directly. So we'd really appreciate if you took a look at that. Hello, welcome to the second episode of Never Going Home, Bones in the Dust, and we might as well just get right into it. But first, I might as well give a little bit of a recap of what happened last session, because, well, it's always a nice thing to do. So, when last we left our unit, truly, when last we left the Entente forces in general, there was a failed attempt to force the Dardanelles Straits from a naval perspective. It did not work. Ships sank, things were mined, storms that nobody really understood the cause of slammed against the Entente ships. It was a failure, an incredible failure. Now, because of that failure, Entente forces prepare for a land invasion. It will be mostly headed by the ANZAC soldiers, this would be their first foray into combat. But before that happens, there's a lot of reconnaissance going on. Now, where our unit is, there was a scouting plane that reported a particular earthquake, some seismic activity over a hill known as Maltepe. The pilot came back, mentioned that it almost seemed as though the hill had cracked open and there was some sort of structure within it. A second plane was sent out with some equipment to get some aerial photography done. That plane did not return. Some scouts on the ground saw that the plane was actually shot down. It crashed into the ground, sort of a stream of fire and smoke, in the hills near a small village called Cojadere. So where we are is our soldiers have been volunteered by their commands to rendezvous with a particular Cojadere local who would lead them to the crash plane, so hopefully they could recover whatever photographic plates and also recover the pilot. Unfortunately, after some kind of strange circumstances within town, they got to the crash site, but the plane was scuttled. There were no photographs to be found. There was perhaps a grave where the pilot was buried, and they were held up at gun, knife, and dog point, I guess, by some of the locals, who brought them forth before the leader of the town, Muhtar Ibrahim. He said that he had things to talk with them about, that he would like to make a deal with them, come to an agreement. And our soldiers were left with a makeshift jail cell, waiting to see when the Muhtar would send for them. I think that's about it.
I think you neglected to mention the part where the jail cell happens to be a horse stable.
Well, it's like a fairly reasonably sized like horse stable.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been converted into a sort of it's been converted to a jail cell. There's you're sort of in this larger side of the area. There are these kind of ramshackle metal bars that have been kind of fit in. They're not super sturdy, but they lock and they will keep you in, and if you try to get out, you will make a significant amount of noise. It is kind of gross
right.
here. It smells like
all
horse.
Yeah. Are we
Those are
all
gross.
in one cell, or have we all been like put in like to separate like stables?
You are all in one cell. Yes.
Gotcha. All right. And it's like nighttime or morning still?
It's still morning, actually.
Okay.
You went up to the hill just in the morning.
Yeah.
So
And they took all of our bullshit, didn't they?
they took all of your weaponry. They patted you down, tied you up, threw you in here.
Damn.
Yeah.
They got my hook.
Damn.
They got your hook.
They got my knife. I feel like Fink, who is probably in just like, we're still wearing our like the civilian clothes
Yeah.
that we were given, weren't we? Yeah. All right. He's just like, he does that thing where like that a prisoner, you might see a prisoner doing, where he walks up to is that bars? Is that what they got
Yeah,
going on here?
it's bars.
Yeah. He does like the thing that prisoners do, where he like puts his arm to the bars and just kind of like rests them against like the lock plate, and just like folds them, just like kind of like leans forward and just kind of like glances around, just goes, right, so this fucking sucks.
Is there like a stack of hay in here?
Yeah, there is. There's a stack of kind of moldy smelling hay kind of moldering in the corner. It's not damp necessarily, but it's musty, I guess would be the correct term.
It's musty.
Yeah.
Regardless of the fact, I think fucking Holder is going to be just like full on laying back in that shit. It's just for some form of comfort.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I mean-
What about Archie? Where is he at?
Dude, Archie's just chilling right now. He's actually a lot more calm than maybe he should be in this situation. He's just kind of sitting and waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so we next on the old, what you call it, chopping block.
I don't think we're going to be put on a chopping block. I think, I don't know, something's weird here. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm not crazy, right? Like, you two notice it as well. Like, folks have been acting strange ever since we showed up here.
Well,
Not like, with foreigners kind of strange, like, I don't know.
To remind you of the perspective that you currently take up, my friend, is you were the only one to go into town, whilst
right.
me and Archie stayed back cleaning our clothes.
Not just in town, mate. Renard, like, he was acting funny all the way up the way. I thought he was just nervous to be traipsing about this territory, that there was going to be like bandits or Ottomans, whatever. But
I mean, what more reason do someone have to be nervous? I mean, whatever reason would he have to be nervous? I mean, it's not like a bunch of soldiers were just snuck into his town.
But we weren't here to fuck with the town. We
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
passing through the area. Like, we're looking. I don't know. This feels like there's something just bloody strange. Like they're paranoid or about something, and I don't think it's Ottomans.
Well, we
Maybe-
do happen to not be within Allied territory. It seems like Renal was guilty to turn us in for whatever reason.
But he didn't turn us into the Ottomans.
no,
Well,
it
he
seems
turned us
like
into his own town.
this town is very isolated from
Right.
from the war.
Right.
No?
I
Seems
mean,
like they want nothing to do with it. So, they haven't killed us yet. I feel like if we were to pose a threat, if they were to view us as a threat, they would have killed us by now. No?
right. No, that I agree with. Don't get me wrong. I've had this squicky feeling running down my spine ever since last night when I met that tongueless crone by the roadside. That, like, and then this morning with Renard talking about well, everything from, where we're going, interactions with people in the town. Like, he was skivved out by something. He was, and then he started talking about asked about those like disappearances or attacks that people in town keep mentioning. And he got, he started like, he's sweating. He looked nervous. Like, and then he said like it was like bandits or there are worse things out there than Ottomans. I'm thinking that this town is in the chokehold of some nasty business, either with some, God forbid, like, deserters who've decided to take up, claims of territory during all this upheaval, or maybe bandits or wild animals or I don't fucking know. But they're nervous about something, and clearly they want us, at least that's the vibe I got from this Muhtar fella. They want us to do something, although not necessarily about it, but like regarding it. Like he wanted, like you saw that, right? Like they all wanted a deal or something.
It seems like that. Yeah. I mean, if they do not want to take care of this problem themselves, they happen to get soldiers to come here, file that report of the ship that go down, and now we have to take care of a problem before we can go back.
Which I'm not particularly fond of that one. We have a mission to do, right? We're expected. We got to find the pilot, which I'm pretty sure I was halfway to digging him up before we got, ambushed. And then find out, if possible, whatever strange business it was that was seen by the last pilot, and, an added bonus, take that back to command. But we went under no obligations to help these people if they're standing in the way of our mission.
Then I feel like we don't have a choice. It's either they keep us here. If we don't do what they say, what are they going to keep us here? Are they going to kill us? Are they not going to allow us to go back? Is that an act of war? I don't know. If anything, they could just tell our buddies that we happen to die on the way over.
Right. I don't know. We'll see what they have to say. But truth be told, I'm not particularly keen on doing anything that's going to be putting the mission as secondary.
To be honest, I'm not entirely keen on being kept in a cage either.
It smells, he looks around the cell and is like, oddly enough, it is not the worst smelling stable I've ever been in.
It could be worse. We could be in a cart of fish.
Could be worse than that.
Can be.
We could be in a warthog pen.
A what?
Warthog. Bristly pigs, mate. The ones with tusks.
They can have tusks?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, mate. And not even the ones with tusks. Did you know pigs will eat anything? Anything.
I know that pigs will eat anything, but they can have tusks?
Yeah, they're called boars, mate.
Brother, you never seen a
warthogs.
boar before?
Boar.
A boar.
With tusks and
It's a-
bristles.
Big pig with tusks. Yeah.
Yeah, big pig with tusks.
As you
And
all
bristles.
And they fucking hate you.
They really fucking hate you.
pass the time by having a lovely
Yeah, that's-
cultural exchange of ideas, terms, and warthogs, 40 to 50 feral hogs, like, etc. Yeah. No.
Oh, fuck.
You are in the cell for a few hours. Maybe at some point it crosses your mind that with no uniforms here, there really is no evidence of you ever having been here, huh? Anyway, after a few hours pass, the sun kind of rises high. You can see sort of shafts of sunlight streaming in through the roof. There's some commotion outside. You've had a guard this entire time, sort of standing on the outside door of the stable. He's armed with a rifle. It's like a big old Caucasian shepherd, just this massive dog that has since gotten very bored and has been lying down, kind of like eyeing you guys, not maliciously or anything, but just
Is
watching
it
you
the
all.
dog?
It's the dog.
Question. Two questions. what did he think about the boar conversation?
The dog?
The dog?
No, the man.
It doesn't look like he understood you all at all.
Oh, damn it. Fucking, because you can 100% rest assured, if they were having a heated debate about various animals, fucking John the whole time would be looking over at the guard and trying to communicate in some form to keep him up to date.
Do you guys have boars out here? Is it
Like,
can we
like
show him a
miming
boar?
what a boar is.
I think at one point with this guard, like Fink is just like he fully realizes this guy doesn't speak English, so he just kind of like rattles the bars like with like his fingers. And he just goes, "Oi, agua, water."
He kind of like, you see him kind of like grasp his rifle a bit. He shifts his fingers and kind of just says a command to his dog, who kind of like sits up and fixes you all with a look, and then he goes off to get you some water. It's when he comes back, it's with a I guess you would say a bucket. It's
Sure.
kind of tepid, and it has like a ladle in the bucket itself, and he puts the bucket kind of outside where the bars are, but so the ladle is within, reaching distance, and kind of like nods at you all, kind of like, is that what you wanted? And then goes back to his
gives
post.
a little salute.
Yeah, Fink takes the ladle and just
It's the little half two-fingered salute, just like thank you.
all right, line up, boys. Take your due.
Last question, did they take my flask?
Yes, you were completely patted down, all weapons,
Bastards.
pretty much anything of interest.
I look at Holder and I'm like, I tell you the truth, mate. Maybe this water might put a little extra hair in your chest. There's something funky in it.
I'll try anything once.
But
Give me a
yes,
little sip of water.
as the sun rises high into the sky after all this, it's there's a bit of commotion outside. You hear somebody speaking to the guard in what you presume is Turkish, and after a moment, it sounds like whatever person was talking is very, very insistent. It's kind of a young sounding voice. There's like a little knock kind of on the door frame of the stable. It's like an open door, but there's like a little knock, and a young woman actually peers her head in. She kind of like knocks, and it's just like, may I come in?
English.
I don't think we're in a position to say no. Come on in.
Well, it is polite to ask, isn't it? And she comes in. You see she's fairly young looking. You'd probably peg her about, I don't know, maybe 16, 17. Kind of on the plainer side, but she has this sort of like really long, glossy, wavy dark hair. And she just seems very curious about you all. The kind of dog has come in with her, and she's been absent-mindedly playing with its ears, and she introduces herself. My name is Alma. I sure am meeting you right now.
Word you're looking for is, it's nice to meet you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I mean, I would not want to put words in your mouth about how you would perhaps feel about the situation.
It is nice to see a polite face. Please continue.
I have indeed felt worse.
Well, I'm glad the accommodations aren't too bad, all things considered. She kind of brushes aside some of like the hay that's kind of like on the opposite side of the wall, and she kind of like sits back against it so she can kind of talk to you all better. So, what are you all doing here?
Archie looks at the others like, are we about to spill the beans? Like,
Broden's looking to respond, says, are we about to spill the beans? Should we about to spill the beans? What are we doing? Who's spilling the beans?
are we getting fries for the table? Or is that what's happening?
Fucking John just like speaks up. It's like, what do you know we are doing here?
Sorry, what'd you say? I didn't quite hear you.
What do you know?
I mean,
It's a suspicious thing to ask.
I mean, I know you are foreigners, but that is a very easy observation to make, right? I don't know. You were brought forth by my father's men. You are locked up currently. Either you all did something wrong or committed some sort of crime, or
No, we did nothing wrong, Gail. We what's up?
Is looking for a fallen comrade a crime?
no, of course not.
We're looking in the area. We had a plane go down. We were minding our business for our mission, poking around trying to find the pilot, when a bunch of these polite folks gesturing coming around, these polite folks ambushed us in the middle of investigating the crash and dragged us here tied up. So no, I don't think we committed a crime at all, actually. We've been nothing but polite and hospitable with your folks, and yet dragged off to a cell by this Muhtar Ibrahim.
I
And
understand
your
the
father,
caution.
apparently.
Yes, I'm sorry that all happened with you.
Oh no, it's fine. He's a very how you say
Cautious?
polite individual.
Polite. That is the
I mean,
word
look, he
was
gave us his cell.
Free accommodations.
You know, in the Americas, the taxpayers pay a lot of money for this. We pay nothing.
I'm truly, I am really sorry. There's been a lot going on in the past week or so, and I'm sure it's nothing bad. I'm sure Father won't. I'm sure he just wants to talk. He's just being cautious. It's been hard.
People are dying every day. There is war all around us. There is war all over. It is the Great War. I understand the caution.
Yes, of course.
Well, I hate to chafe your empathy, but I will be the one to say on behalf of the group, we are soldiers on a mission on behalf of our respective governments, and we're being, God, I sound like a fucking lawyer. We're being unlawfully detained as we're trying to go about our duty in a time-sensitive fashion, all right? For every day, hour, minute that we're not getting back home to complete our mission, we are wasting time, resources, and possibly lives.
With that being said, we happen to come across our pilot already buried in the ground.
We
wouldn't
think.
happen to know. Possibly, we think. Your people wouldn't happen to have looted the ship or anything, no?
Well, there was the crash about a week ago, and well, the airplane itself, it came down in flames. Unfortunately, the man within was I didn't see. They told me to stay behind, but he
Did
was,
they bury him when they found him?
Yes.
Now he's half dug up.
We were sent out for full transparency. We were sent out to recover what we could. If that could be our pilot, if that could be anything that was left behind, that was the goal. But we would have to know if, everything was looted.
Well, maybe I can help. Kind of throughout this conversation, she's just sort of been like slowly shrinking back into herself. She really does look sincerely like apologetic and kind of as though she's way over her head with this. But I mean, hey, well, maybe I could maybe speak with my father about your mission. What was it that you were looking for?
The sooner that we can speak to your father, the better.
Okay.
He offered us a deal, and then, well, not even offered us a deal, told us that he has a deal, and then he's left us in these bloody cages all day. So either he better start talking soon, or
He didn't
better
have
stop
a
wasting
deal
the
for
time.
us. He said he was going to deal with us.
If it goes for anything, it was pretty urgent when we were sent out. And if we do not return, there will be people coming to look for us. And Archie does kind of present that as a threat. Like that is very much like that people are going to come if we don't come back.
No. No more.
He's softly pushing that forward. As,
No
like,
more. Actually, you know what? Might as well. How about you
rolling some dice?
rolling some dice?
Rolling some dice?
I want to help him slightly in the way of just like when he says like more will come. Like Broden kind of like leans against the bars a little bit, like looks at Alma and says, like a fucking tissue paper in a bad bloody cold. All right, they're gonna keep coming and keep sending more and more disposable men until they get what they want. So,
John looks so goddamn like, God, we're doing this to a kid. Like looking off into the corner, just like, oh God.
How about give me a communications roll, but modify it with guts. And also, she's very fragile
guts.
about this right now.
yeah.
So just be careful.
And will I have an addition to Finch helping me?
It's Fink.
Think. Sorry.
Man,
yeah, small bird.
I forgot off the top of my head how. Kind of if you need me to. I forgot how helping works. Is that I roll something and if I succeed?
No,
it
I kind of decide if that's feasible or not, and then I will give a boon. In this case, I think the boon I will give you is you can use Fink's help to bump one of your dice by one.
I think that's good.
I like that.
Yeah, we got Holder in the
use
corner,
that.
and I'm like, and like Fink, he's not like cruel about this. He's just like, this is wasting our fucking time. We gotta go. You know, he's this kid's treating this like it's a fucking circus display.
Cool.
Like,
So I'm gonna go ahead and roll 4d6. Always keep one in the chamber.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's one success.
All right, cool. I'm gonna re-roll those 3 with my last point. Wait. There we go.
Okay.
2 successes.
and then you got the boost one number right from Fink helping. You can boost that 4 to a 5.
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool. So that's 3.
All right. You kind of, between the two of you, sort of what you've been saying really just kind of sinks in, and she just kind of goes a little quiet, and she kind of like looks at all of you and just, no more strangers should come to Cojadere. I will try.
Why?
There's been, well, the mountains have been angrier recently.
No, you said no more strangers. We're the pilot and us, or are there more?
Ottomans, perhaps?
Yes, here and there. There was I don't know, some kind of man who was trying to do business with my father and was very pushy about it, but
Archie looks over to the others. Bullies?
Hold on. I'm sorry. Did you just say that the mountains got angry?
well, yes, there was an earthquake and things have just been getting. I don't really know too much about it. It's not something that
Hey.
ever...
Don't go digging up horrors now. Calm it down. Deep breaths.
Okay.
The kind man that was housing us to begin with, we wanted to help. We don't want our men coming here looking for us.
Okay, I will go speak with my father, and yes, I
Good.
think it would be...
Thank you very much. What was your name?
Alma.
Alma?
Mhm.
John.
Archie?
Fink.
Nice to meet you all. She does like a little, she kind of stands up, she does like a little curtsy thing, and she kind of scurries off.
Oh, the kids. Always trying to play a game.
I cannot imagine being a kid in the time of war.
I can.
Yeah.
You know, DuPont, you never said much about where you're from, other than being France. But is you like a vineyard boy or something? Like a farmer?
No, I was born. Well, I was actually born in Trinidad. I circulated between that and living in Paris for a while. For the majority of my life, I've lived
Right.
half and half.
Another Trini.
Yes.
Where's Trini?
Trinidad, it's a very small island, just south of Cuba.
Right. That's right. Okay. Yeah, the
Just a bit north.
Caribbean kind of. Yeah. All right.
Know where Venezuela is? South
No.
America?
No.
Okay.
He is
Is that
from down under. He will not know.
No one says that, mate.
Right.
No?
He's from the big island.
Oh, the big one.
Yeah.
The real big one.
Is it true that the spiders are you know?
What? Then they got opposable thumbs, mate?
No. Is it true that the spiders are ferocious like cats?
Well, depends on the spider. Some are as big as cats. Some are as big as a Doberman.
What is it? Doberman is pointy ears. No?
Yeah. So a dog about
Okay.
my size.
Oh.
Hmm.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
biggest
Good boy.
spider I ever saw was probably about that big around, with legs all affected in.
What do you do when you see a spider? Do they give you guns for it, or like do you
Yeah, about
punch
straight.
it?
Well, actually, my neighbor once punched a spider. It was a tiny one though. I mean,
He punched the little spider.
well, it caught him off guard, right? Like he entered a room.
He does not use a slipper.
No, well, no, he's a
What
jumpy
kind of
fella.
weapon is a slipper?
No,
Oh.
he's a jumpy fella. He walked in the room, turned on the light, saw a spider, went, "Oh fuck," and then punched the wall. And I'm pretty sure he got the spider,
I would certainly hope so.
but he also needed a new wall. No,
Archie,
it's with the big ones. Yeah, you either
Archie.
leave them alone, you move them, or you shoot them.
got that slipper. Your brother hit you with the la chancla?
The chocolate, yes.
There's a
Was that
clang.
like
There's a clang as the a guard. Well, actually, not the guard, but one of the men who detained you earlier this morning. He kind of approaches and he kind of kicked the iron bars to get your attention. And once more, it kind of looks like it's taking a while for him to assemble the words to say. And he kind of clears his throat. The Muhtar is ready to see you.
Please
Right.
lead the way.
2 thumbs up. Your English is very good.
No funny business. And
Yeah, if the water bucket's still there and there's still a little bit of water in it, like on the way out, Broden just like scoops up like water in his hand, just like throws against his face, splashes under his arms, and then just kind of like, you know, rubs himself off
Mhm.
and just goes, "Meeting royalty, let's go."
So he unlocks the sort of makeshift cell gate, and you all don't have your hands bound anymore, but you are keenly aware of the fact that there are a number of people with a variety of different hunting shotguns, rifles, kind of watching as you are led out from the stable and towards the original building that you saw the Muhtar in front of. And the man leads you into the building. It's blissfully darker in there and a bit cooler. and you kind of are taken through the tile hallways and deeper inside, and as you turn a corner, you enter into what you can only describe as a small office of sorts. There's a bookshelf, there's a fairly large desk, some mismatching chairs have kind of been haphazardly shoved in front of the desk. You get the feeling they don't necessarily live here. And behind the desk is Muhtar Ibrahim. He is a he's a fairly large man. He's pretty hefty. He's got this sort of dark hair and a very like thick graying beard, and he just looks exhausted. He's got lines of worry on his face, but nevertheless, he kind of as you come in, he stands up. Please sit down, make yourselves comfortable. He says something in Turkish to the man who led you in, and he kind of heads off down the hallway.
Yeah, Fink sits down. If anyone here has ever seen Star Trek The Next Generation, the way that Riker sits in a chair is how Fink sits in a chair.
Oh my god, yes. That's so good.
I'm gonna sit down.
Archie takes a seat. Yeah.
Before we begin, is there anything I can get for you? Water, food, etc.
I wouldn't mind a glass of brandy if you happen to be carrying one on any liquor.
Kinai's my friend, and he kind of turns to one of the bookshelves where there is like this sort of glass decanter and a few like small cups, and he kind of takes it, puts it on his desk, uncorks it, and pours like a little bit into each cup, and sets them out, one for each of you. It's not a lot, and the brandy isn't like very good, but it's something.
So I am to assume that this is not unfriendly, no?
I mean, no, it is not unfriendly. Please forgive me for the excitable way with which my men handled you. There are a lot of there is a lot there are a lot of troubles that Cojadere has been experiencing over the past week, and one cannot be too careful.
I gathered that.
Yes.
But as I may have politely pointed out to your men earlier, if you wanted to speak with us, you didn't need to ambush us out in the middle of the bloody hills. You could have told us to come stop by before we wasted our time hiking to the crash site.
Well,
It is a dangerous game to sneak up on soldiers.
well, we were not aware that you were soldiers to begin with. At least I was not.
Oh.
My men were under orders to bring any foreigners back
Right.
to me.
Fair.
The fact that you are soldiers is very fortuitous, one might say. At
And why would
least,
that be?
well, at least if you are willing to hear me out.
John has just like not taken his mouth off his glass, and he's making the most of it. Just as this goes,
Just really
slowly
fucking
drinking
taking it.
more and more, but doing it real slow, just to savor the moment.
Mhm.
Yeah, about like what, 80 years from now, a very old holder inspires a Billy Joel song.
Fuck off.
So what is it that you wanted to talk to us about?
Well, there is the matter of a soldier crashing from the sky. Not one of the Ottomans, so I presume someone you are here in town for. And then there is... He kind of waffles a little bit. He called for someone to bring in like some water and some just general like kind of like a platter. It's not very complicated or anything, like some bread, some cheese on it, some like preserve like salted fish if you so choose to have any. But he sort of stands up and he turns and sort of closes the blinds on a window sort of this dusty window that was behind his desk, and he kind of sits down. Truth be told, I am not sure of the best way to explain this, but there has been a number of occurrences that have started ever since the earthquake happened and your pilot got shot down. Since then, there have been a number of attacks on the town. They have not ceased, no matter what we tried. Even things that have worked for generations prior have not stemmed the flow. So, I presume you are here to figure out your pilot and perhaps the quake that had happened, yes?
I'm actually more interested in the pilot himself, but sure, we were interested in maybe considering what strange thing the previous pilot saw.
Well, unfortunately, the pilot was very severely injured in the crash. We buried him where he lay. It was not proper to move him at that point. So, unfortunately, that well is run dry.
It's fine, that's what we need to report back, that he's dead.
And
But if there's
that's-
anything on the plane,
That's the moment where fucking John's like glass, like fully empty at this point, comes down. And what about the building
What building?
in the mountain?
the temple, a white building.
Your white temple in the Angray Mountains.
Yes.
Is it like an Ottoman outpost over there with their weaponry?
No.
Some new form of artillery fire that they're working with?
No, older than that. Not Ottoman at all. Not Ottoman at all, actually. Perhaps, I believe there were legends about it being Greek. It is not anything I had ever seen. It was buried long before my time, but no, there were a few goat herders who were out on the hills when the earthquake happened, and they did report seeing some sort of temple within.
When you say that you keep getting attacked,
Yes.
what kind of attacks are they?
Yeah, who's attacking you, mate?
He really does not know how to say this. So instead, he kind of sort of sits back and there
spit it out.
is a there has been a tradition, one might say, where every once in a while, whether it is animals or whatever else, is taken to Maltepe, the hill that's split open, and sacrificed there. This has been happening for years and years and generations in Cojadere, and it has been fine. It has worked. There have been no troubles. These sacrifices were dragged underneath and never seen again, and it was quiet.
They are dragged? Like,
Yes. And
have you been making sacrifices to an animal or people? Dragging? What drags?
well, it has been we don't know. They don't really, well, you would not believe anyway. It is an old superstition, perhaps, but there
Already hard to believe the majority of the things that you've been saying. Might as well say it. Spit it out.
Yeah, I saw a pile of dead goats last night. Frankly, the shit's been weird, so might as well enlighten me as to how weird it's supposedly going to go.
Some of the
Archie
fields.
looks to the
Consider it a
boys.
cultural exchange.
Sorry.
Archie looks to the boys. Demons. No?
Yeah, hey Jordan, shut up. that's us in the play.
God.
No. John looks Archie dead in the eyes, gives a shrug. Spirits?
Wolves.
The
Yeah, wolves, animals. Yeah. No.
the first off, the goats you've seen, yes, part of the failed, rejected sacrifices that have not been being taken this past week. But there are denizens of some sort who live within the hills and have been living there, and they're the ones who take the sacrifices.
And are they the ones also attacking you, or?
Yes.
Okay, how do they attack you? Like, do they come in with guns or knives or blood
Sticks.
cudgels? Yeah, like what's going? Like, do they rush in?
Spears. Occasionally, they have new munitions, rifles, Ottoman, English. But yes,
So you have these folks coming in and attacking you, all right? And they're over at Mount Tepe.
that is where they come from what we understand. Some of the hunters
Okay.
managed to follow them and report back, although injured.
So, what do you want us to do? What are you asking of us?
If it is possible, I know you are soldiers, yes, you have access to things, you have the knowledge and ability. We have some old, we have some mining explosives, things that we have used to expand the town, and also, would you be able to collapse Maltepe on top of whatever structure it is inside? Maybe that would stop all the attacks and everything.
How long have you had this as an idea?
We were not aware that there was a structure within the hill until about a week ago when the earthquake happened.
Did you see what caused the pilot to go down?
There was another plane. I think perhaps Ottoman shot down.
Okay. Sure.
Dogfight, I think, is term.
Muhtar Abraham, do you mind if me and my fellows here, we have like a moment in private to discuss this as soldiers?
No, of course. Please let me show you to a more comfortable room. And he kind of he stands up and he leads you to sort of opposite his office. There's kind of a sort of like a sitting room slash kind of like library type thing. It's fairly comfortable. It's kind of dark, and he leaves you to it.
And I was like, we'll knock when we're done.
Right.
Well, yeah, Fink will just kind of like fold his arms, like lean against the wall and look to Archie and Jonathan first, just kind of like waiting to see what they're saying.
I had this idea for about a week. Soldiers come along, or as they say, outsiders, strangers,
Fauners.
foreigners. To them, we are disposable.
Yeah, I wonder
Like
where I've heard
soldiers.
that one before, yeah. Sure.
So,
How do you feel about it?
They told us to find the pilot, find the crash site, and if anything else interesting is going on, maybe make an observation or two. I'm not going to agree to that I'm going to go up into these hills and blow anything up, as fun as that sounds. But as much as I want the mission to be over, I do admit that there might be value in going out there, seeing what this place is, seeing who's occupying it, and then telling brass tacks that, telling top brass what we found out there. And even if we don't blow it up, we at least have reasonable intelligence for the area and whatever strange thing was reported. Although we could just go back now and report, yeah, it's an old Greek temple that apparently has just emerged with an earthquake. That's it.
So,
although, am I mistaken, or does anyone else remember? I don't remember his name. The fella giving us the briefing got that pin on his thing, like.
Oh shit! What was his name?
I don't.
I'm blanking on the name.
Yeah, well,
I
it
want to
was
say
Captain
Matthew.
Donovan Bell.
Donovan.
Yeah, Captain Bell. Does anyone know what rank or insignia that was? Because I've had time to sleep on it, and that thing was weird, or at least weird to me.
Hmm.
I believe he was.
It was the pyramid with an eye in it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's Illuminati, baby.
yeah. I was like,
I believe he was captain.
yeah, but he was British, but I mean, I've never seen, anyone in the British Army sporting like a
No, I'd never seen that medal before.
pyramid pin.
I'll allow someone to roll a for knowledge, but you're gonna have to get like 3 successes.
I think I only have like 3 dice and smarts in the first place.
Yeah, so it's impossible for us to know.
Well, I wouldn't say impossible because we
mean-
are speculating together. What is my?
Well, I think they said that we can, like, one person can do it.
Yeah,
I
one
don't
person.
think we're all gonna be able to.
Yeah, it's impossible because I don't think any of us have 3 dice that we could roll in knowledge.
I mean, if you're curious enough, there are other ways to get dice.
Yeah, I don't think we're that curious yet.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Speak for yourself. I might just be.
Oh,
Brother,
no. This early, no.
Is
brother.
that so?
Right.
Episode 2.
Do I want to do this? Hold on.
Remember,
let me
this is
just-
long term.
No, you're so fucking right. This is long.
This is long term, bro. Like you're not.
Oh man. Oh dude.
I
we're-
will say as your narrator and the person who's running the game, you do get rewards at the end of missions once you complete missions, and also if you resolve, say, violent encounters, there are rewards that you get for killing antagonists, stuff like that.
Yeah, cool. It's fine. We don't need to be super thoughtful about this right
If
now.
you
We can
insist.
save that. Unless Jordan is really feeling it. I'm like, hey man, do what you want.
It's up to you, dude. I've got the
Okay.
same amount of smarts as you.
So if I were to give up a card right now for the sake of this roll, for the sake of knowledge,
Hmm.
for this roll, what exactly would giving up this card allow me to do?
You would have 1 manipulation, as though you had an additional point in your smart score. Although, in cases where you give up a card, I allow people to re-roll even if they've already re-rolled once before.
Okay.
And how many points would you be rolling with there? Yeah, 3. I don't know, man.
Three with a re-roll if I give up my card.
Seems like a gamble. That's such
I
a
know,
to
I
get 3
know.
successes.
To get 3 successes
You'd
out
have
of
to
my
get them
only
all
3
at
dice.
once.
You got a Pokemon.
But there is
man. You
always
gotta get 'em all.
there is always the possibility that you get 2 and then you have to re-roll that 1.
It's a possibility, yeah.
But it's a possibility, and there is no guarantee that you're going to get that 1.
You do whatever decision you want to make that you feel like is the most fun choice for you. I will say, seems like you'd be burning a card for a low chance of success.
And also, it's not that important. It's a pin.
Dude,
Well, I
mean,
think it's
like,
important, just not right now.
It might be pretty important to know.
Fair.
I
But,
mean,
you know,
the question specifically that you're asking is if, like, you know what, like, a division or regiment
What
or
that
whatever.
denotes, yeah, like what that symbol denotes.
Okay, so, like, army-wise or general-wise? Or, like, how are
I
you
think-
phrasing this question?
oh, we're getting into specifics too.
I think for the sake of Archie's truth that he's gonna live in right now,
Mhm.
he's never seen it before and he doesn't recognize it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I think I will hold on to my card
Okay.
for the time being.
Okay. Cool.
Sounds good.
I have a sneaking suspicion that it is relevant somehow, because I mean, obviously it's the Illuminati symbol. I'm not saying it is the Illuminati in this game, but it's clearly the Illuminati symbol. I think it's relevant. Right. I think I might be. I think it might become relevant in the campaign. Like it might be a thing that it's like, oh, we'll have. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Who knows? If you survive, you can always go back and ask him.
Probably.
True.
Yeah.
I sneak into my room.
Amazing. So I think Fink is gonna say like, "Oh, kitty."
Snuck into my room. I don't know when she got in, so she had to have gotten in like an hour ago.
What's her name? Sorry.
So hello chat. This is Domino. She is my cat. If she would stop getting blurred for like 5 fucking seconds. Stop. She's camera shy. She don't want to look at the camera.
That's fine. Thank you, Domino. You're very important.
No, she doesn't mind just sitting here. So
yeah, quality content.
Quality
We're just
content.
gonna keep her here.
Yeah, he'll start sneezing in about 10 minutes.
Dude, I am already feeling it.
All right.
So Fink says, like, clearly, anyway, like I was saying, that Captain Bell, he seems interested in more than just the pilot. You know, I feel like there might be, if not prestige, there might be value in seeing what this site's all about, because, and you know, if things are a little too hairy, we can always get out of there, make our way back to the boat, and tell them what we found, and they can handle it if they see fit. But I mean,
did he give us an exact time limit?
Nope, just come back. I mean, presumably before the boat's moved on and before
ASAP.
Yeah, ASAP. So my vote, we are willing to look into it. We can make no guarantees that we're going to blow anything up, but it is, I think we let, Muhtar Ibrahim know we have a mission. It's time sensitive. We want to get back as soon as possible. Unless you're planning to detain us if we say no, the most we're going to agree to at this moment is that we'll go out there and take a look. And if we feel like handling it, then we will, but no guarantee. We don't owe him anything. We're thankful that but like, we're not going to promise to blow up a building that we know nothing about, but we will at least go to this Maltape, look at it, and if it's danger to Queen and country, boom, blow it up.
And I mean, with these other people, we don't even know who they are.
Yeah,
we don't know what these people did to them. Yeah,
I want to kind of like, maybe it's not now. No, it's not the time, but kind of feel like I feel like a giddy schoolboy again, reading, like old mysteries, like Greek. Maybe it's like bandits or some kind of like, pagan. Well, they don't have pagans out here, but like pagan cult. They're like they say, like there's like occultist kind of people who are like, oh, we would do blood sacrifices and you give us money or we'll come and kill your people, and it's all just chicanery. But
brother, you're not doing a very good job at hiding your excitement.
Okay, I admit this is better than being on a boat.
I'm sure it is.
I'm still curious about the dragging of sacrifices. No, is that like they said that something drags it in, and I do not know if it is a spider, perhaps. Who knows?
How much do you know about Australia, mate?
I heard a story that the dingo likes to kidnap babies, but I think that was a joke.
But so I don't know a lot about the indigenous people that were there before we were. I don't know too much, but I've definitely heard a few stories from around the bush of folks, more gullible folks, who are tricked into believing that, oh, this is some like Aboriginal magic, when it's just Dale down from Perth putting on a fucking wearing a bush and painting himself red and green and standing in the middle of the night and just screaming hoop to gee, and it's just like, give me your fucking gold or I'll kill your children, and if you drink enough, out there in the bush, you're guaranteed to believe in demons. But I think it's just people putting on a show for fear, right? Like you have people out here who maybe they're like, I've heard the stories like Greeks and cults and religions and all that, like blood sacrifices. It's a cultural thing, and maybe there's like I don't know, some leftover people in these hills who like adhere to the old ways, and they just like to
The old ways.
instill a little fear. So they bring up goats, they kill them. These people come out maybe with paint or mud or some kind of costume on. They drag it down, and they're just like, cool, we're not gonna come into your town and kill you folks, but maybe they're just sparing. I don't know, I'm just speculating.
Now, I won't say that I believe one thing or another. I'll just say that I know stories. And well, a temple coming out of the ground intact, untouched, and suddenly filled with people brandishing spears.
That is new.
Well,
It is quite the story.
It sounds a little far-fetched, but I mean, I'll tell you what, when I was on the not on the boat, but like before then, got a friend from the naval regiment. I can't remember, I think he was British, but he had a little sketchbook, and they got like these like mausoleums or something, like these like old temples like carved into cliffs somewhere, or at least he sketched them in them. So I'm like, maybe it's like an old structure that it was like, I don't think it's entirely that weird to have some kind of old underground structure when not clearly those things exist out here in this part of the world.
So the entire mountain snapped in half, but the temple was left untouched.
Hey, when fucking Vesuvius blew up, changed the entire like landscape of that region, but like still buried plenty of buildings intact under it. So why can't the reverse happen? Why can't the earth open up and something come out of it, as opposed to something sinking and still being intact? It's not the weirdest thing to believe. It's bloody fucking strange, but it's not impossible.
It could be, as you say, built different.
You hear a gunshot.
Oh shit! I peek my head out.
Time to go to work.
From
Archie's up.
You know from your training and just general life experience, the gunshot came from outside, from that sort of courtyard. It wasn't like a rifle shot. It was the sound of probably one of those hunting shotguns going off. And after a few beats and a pause, a few more gunshots go off.
All right, we burst into the other.
Muhtar Ibrahim! Just yell down the hallway, wherever.
Yeah, the Muhtar kind of like busts open like the door of his office, and he's got like a pistol in one hand, and it looks like he's kind of like scrabbling for like some kind of like a knife or a sword in the other. And he kind of like looks at you all, and he looks down the hall towards the exit, and he runs. He runs for where.
What?
That's coming
Why are the
from.
gunshots? Where's our gear?
I don't know yet.
Archie runs after.
Hold on.
For lack of better words, we will do it with can. Right now, we need guns. No?
Yeah, I'd like my rifle back. If there's gunshots,
We can help.
He kind of like stops. He kind of shoves his pistol towards one of you. I will take the sword. Your guns, your equipment, they're in the prison. They're in the stable. Go.
All right, DuPont, you take the gun, cover us as we go out.
Sure. And Archie turns off the safety. He checks the ammunition. How many rounds do I have?
You've got a full 6.
Full 6? Okay, cool. Spins that shit back in. Cocks it. He's ready. Takes a first peek out of the door. What exactly is he looking for?
In the courtyard, it's like very bright. It's kind of hard to see. You see that a bunch of the guards and the men who have been sort of posted up outside, quite a few of them are laying in the dust. There's sort of blood seeping out. One of them, like probably one of the only ones left standing, is kind of has his shotgun leveled at what looks to be someone who is dressed in old-looking armor with a spear. they're a bit on the farther side away, so you can't really make out any facial features. The man is in between you and the figure, and there are two others. You see one of these sort of armored people dragging in probably a peasant man, one who like a goat herder or something, and kind of flinging him down in the dust. And yeah, that's the situation as it stands right now.
How's the path between us and the stable?
The stable is clear. It is closer. It is far closer to you than where the scuffle is happening. If like say there's like, it's kind of like a walled courtyard type thing. The scuffle is happening like at the entrance, and the stable is far closer to the house and the office and the building.
I think then Fink's gonna break for the stable, run towards the stable, and then it's just making a beeline right there. Yeah. Not really, kind of like tunnel vision, like really just focusing on getting to so he can get his stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. Fink and John. Like, John sees that shit, fucking takes a minute to really stare at these men in fucking full armor, and then Fink starts running. He's like, fuck, and starts going.
Archie's gonna take a shot at the man who just threw down the civilian.
Sure. How about you make me a... Actually, let me just double check something really quickly. Yeah, I mean, make me a ranged roll, and we'll see how it goes. I'm just double checking the target number right now.
All right, we are going to...
You're gonna want to hit at least...
It begins!
It
begins, baby!
Alright, you're gonna want to hit at least 2 successes on your ranged roll.
Okay. Gonna roll 4 dice, keep one in the chamber.
Oh.
Rough. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll all of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's
Wow.
Damn.
Damn.
That's not enough.
You take the shot, and the sort of it's not really a pistol you're familiar with, or even a caliber. It's much heavier than you thought it was. It kicks back, and the shot kind of goes wild, and it sort of plinks off of this kind of ancient armor, and you see the figure kind of like look up, and you just see that it doesn't have a face. You see these sort of empty black pits where eyes would be. There is no nose. You thought perhaps this was a pale person, but no. It starts moving towards you, spear at the ready. You two are running towards towards the stable right now.
Don't even notice that.
No, you kind of like skid in, and you actually see that like Renaud is in there. He is like actively fucking with a lock on this sort of like storage closet thing, and he kind of like flinches as you guys run in, and then like the lock clicks open as he like twists and the door swings open, and he says, "I got your stuff."
Hey, Renaud. Yeah. I grab him, I just like shove him out of the way.
Yeah.
Fucking John follows right behind Fink, gives Renaud a quick
I toss Holder his guns and his weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking grabs a rifle, hooks the fucking hook, claps Renaud on the fucking shoulder.
Do you want to grab my shit?
No. Okay. Fink is grabbing your. He what Fink does is he quickly like he slings his rifle over himself, takes grabs like his like 2 bandoliers, like slings them over, checks the pouches full of bullets, puts his entrenching, and he'll leave his entrenching tool like behind for now, but he like slits his like knife in his belt, and then just grabs like all of Holder's gear, bundles it under one arm as he like unslings the rifle with the other and just kind of like checks that there was still a bullet loaded in it from earlier, and there is. And he kind of like holds the rifle and like holds Holder's stuff, and he's like, right, all right.
Yeah, you like Renaud kind of like gives you a nod. You see he also had like a bundle. Your uniforms, he was carrying them. He kind of like drops them, and he looks at you, and he just says, "I'm not the fighter."
No time for now.
Get out of here. Runs off. He kind of like slinks off. So yeah.
Fink yells over towards the open doorway. DuPont! Get your fucking gear!
A little preoccupied, no?
We got you, Kevin. Come on.
Yeah, I run out with with my arm around his stuff and my gun out, and I run out with Holder.
Same, fucking making sure that rifle is loaded at the ready, heading our way back to DuPont to meet him in the middle.
Do they see the eyeless, noseless motherfucker?
It's coming closer, and yeah, you all see that this isn't a person at all. There is no skin. There is this sort of like raggedy ancient armor that it's wearing, and you see what you can only assume are bones just barely held together by these like sort of dried strips of flesh and tendon. And it doesn't make a single noise as it comes towards you. There is no rattling, there is no breathing, there is no nothing. And it readies its spear, and almost as one, two others look up from what they were doing and focus on you. Hey, baby, combat time!
Ooh! I think it's our first combat instance.
It is your first combat instance.
All right.
Is this the part where you leave us on a cliffhanger, then we go to break?
You know, this is the part where I leave you on a cliffhanger and go to break. Thank you so much. Well,
shut up!
as our unit stares down the monstrosities before them, we are going to go on a quick break. Please stay tuned. In about 15 minutes, we will be right back and figure out what the hell the unit's going to do. All right. See you in a bit. Welcome back. And this time, we are on the combat screen. So, we might as well just get right into it, shall we? Now, the way Never Going Home combat works, it works on a sort of popcorn initiative system. The person who has the highest initiative value, which for the players is determined by card value, gets to choose who goes first. Doesn't necessarily have to be them, they just choose who goes. Then that person chooses who goes next, and so on and so forth. And eventually, somebody's gonna have to choose the enemies. So yeah, the little thing in the corner up there, that is how initiative is being tracked. Anyone who is colored colored in has not yet gone, and anyone who will be grayed out has. So that being said, does anyone want to reveal a card value to try and win initiative?
I don't have a card, so I can draw one and then discard it for the sake of initiative.
Yes.
You don't have a card?
You don't have a single
No,
card?
I don't have a single card.
Nope.
I thought
Same.
you did.
I used all mine.
Used all mine.
Oh yeah, you used it for the journey. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So I'm gonna draw a card from the deck.
Okay.
All right, cool.
I have 3 cards.
Yeah. And you don't have to discard, you just have to say whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
So what'd you say it was?
Yeah.
I just drew the 2 of diamonds.
Okay.
And so like I'll discard this after initiative.
Right?
Jack?
Quick little drawy draw.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not have any cards either?
No. I drew the 8 of diamonds.
Okay.
I have a 9 of spades.
All right,
Alright.
then. DuPont, you decide who
I
goes
shall-
first.
I will
take it.
pass my card to the discard pile.
Thank you, thank you.
You want to go first, DuPont?
I would love to go first.
Yeah, you're staring down some skeletons.
Yeah, they're getting a little fucking close. Ouchie DuPont is going to be a lightning shot and take a pot shot at the motherfucker that's getting close.
All right, please
I
give
do
me
not like how
a
close he's
ranged
getting.
roll. Target number 2, if you will.
All right, we are busting out the big boys with a fucking 4 dice roll. Save one of them in the chamber.
Always.
Ooh.
Oof.
Fuck off! What the fuck was that? We're gonna try that one more time.
2.
Angie, you
very
are back on
nice.
your game. Very good. Well done.
I'm taking these horses by the reins, taking a red coat.
You
And,
don't have the rights to this.
and what weapon were you using?
I have that pistol that was handed off to me. I don't
Alright.
have my weapons yet.
Yeah, you should be able to drag it in from the compendium, but if I recall correctly, a pistol does 2 damage. So that is perfectly fine. In that case, you sort of you level your pistol at the one that started like advancing on you, and with just this clean shot from the pistol, it kind of shatters through the kind of like fragile, ancient looking breastplate, and with this kind of like crack, this snap, the sort of top half of the thing's torso kind of like tilts to the side and kind of slides down as though you've severed its spine, and it kind of falls backward into the dust. Dead. Well, double dead. Ultra dead. Whatever. You know what I mean. Anyway. So that is Archie gone. Who is going next?
Fink.
Okay.
Fink go next.
Yeah, cool. So Fink runs out with his rifle and his bundle of stuff, and yells over to Archie and sees them take the shot, looks over and like sees these shambling skeletons essentially, and drops all of Holder's stuff on the ground, like go and just kind of like blinks, like he's like, what the fuck, and like raises his rifle, and is gonna very panic, take a shot. So I am going to.
Oh, I lack permission to update a token.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine.
Ignore those.
Ignore those.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack with my rifle.
All right. Two successes on a ranged roll, please.
All right, I have 1 point in ranged, 4 guts, roll 4, keep one in the chamber for myself.
Let's see it.
I mean, I kept one in the chamber for myself. Not that it matters, but I'm still gonna I don't think the rifle crit function. It is. Is it? Remind me. The crit function is that? Is it? I need to roll that many number over the.
Yes.
So I need if. Okay, cool.
Yeah. For any
You
augmentations, you need to roll the amount of successes indicated in the parentheses over the required amount of successes to hit the target.
Gotcha. And I imagine I'm about to destroy it since his pistol destroyed.
Yeah, exactly. 2
Yeah.
damage from a rifle, that is more than enough to destroy.
Then I'm not going to make a fuss with any of these. I'm not going to add anything else to this. So I'll just take the 2 successes and destroy it.
Nice.
Excellent.
And then I think Fink is going to move to interpose himself between Archie and these advancing skeletons. Since he sees that they're shambling forward, he's going to get up in there to help, be an extra line of defense for his fellow soldier.
Okay.
And then I'm going to obviously toss it over to Holder.
Got handed to the boy. Fuck him up.
Yeah, no, fucking Holder looking over at this fucking shambling sets of armor that don't really seem like they are supported by much until you see the bones.
Mm-hmm.
Just very quietly to himself goes, spirits. Fucking levels his rifle, takes a shot.
Okay.
Fucking bop. I don't have an extra point in that, so I'm going to roll 3 die and save 1 in the chamber. Always.
Mhm.
Always.
Didn't matter.
2
Nice.
successes, very nice. You fire off, you fire off your rifle, and just with a crack, you see it penetrate the sort of breastplate, this just ancient, brittle-looking breastplate, and the skeleton that you shot at kind of tips over into the dust.
Okay.
Was that
Archie!
Ah!
Spirits!
Demons!
And he
just Fink yells.
he just fucking scoops up his shit under one arm and starts making his way over.
Yeah, I
Archie
just
will reclaim his items, his rifle and machete.
Yeah, Fink with his rifle, he very hastily finishes attaching the bayonet to it, because he was not on there first. And then he walks over to one of the piles of bone, the bones nearby, and looks at it and just kind of smacks at it with the bayonet a little bit, and
It reaches up and it grabs your gun.
Can I boot stomp it?
It's not your turn.
Oh fuck!
The three skeletons sort of kind of like with cracking and creaking, sort of almost like draw themselves up back together. Even the one that kind of like slid in with its torso, sort of, it still manages to get back up on its feet. Luckily for you all, they all have spears instead of any firearms. Unluckily for you all, they all go next.
Ah.
Fuck! Dude, and you're right up on one, bro. He's got you. He's fucking got you.
Indeed. Let me just double check something on my end real
I was
fast.
not expecting them to get back
No.
up.
But like I'm the fool because every video game with a skeleton ever, they get back up.
Skeletons,
Like a
zombies,
fool.
you know how it is. Alright.
Like every video game character, you walk up and you poke it, and like every video game character, you get jump scared because they fucking come back.
Alright. So, I think what is...
Fuck, man.
I think what is going to happen is that they are all going to... two of them are probably going to attack as a mob, and they're going to try and attack Broden.
Bro, they about to eat him. Oh, shit. Oh,
So...
fuck, man.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm. So they are going to both roll melee attacks.
And they need to hit 4 because that's my physical score.
Yes, they do. So, actually, let me just double check really quickly
Oh my god.
as I reach for my book real fast.
Fuck,
Hold on.
dude.
Yeah, this is
Jesus.
not exactly what I was hoping to happen.
Oh, shit.
But I mean,
Don't mind if I Yankee Doodle do.
don't mind if
God.
I Yankee Doodle don't.
Oh man.
Oh,
Is
dude.
it, man? It's so fitting that the one guy who didn't think supernatural.
Someone had to be the rational person of the group.
Yeah, and the rational
yeah.
person always dies first.
I am not afraid of superstition. Superstition has kept us alive.
Okay. So the way mob attacks work is that they all the ones that are attacking together, they both roll and then they pool their successes in an attempt to hit you. So they are going to indeed do so. Each has 2 brawn and they have some significant training in their melee. So the first one is going to roll just the straight 4 dice. Are you going to? Alright, that's 1 success. And then the second one is also going to roll 4 dice.
Oh my god.
You have 4 brawn, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. So, the sort of the one that grabbed your gun sort of like draws you down, and then the other one kind of props itself up with its spear and just attempts to run you through. Spears do 2 damage.
Bro, we gotta get him the fuck out of there, dude.
Okay, I'm down to 2. All right.
Oh, shit.
So that's 2 of them.
We can't afford to re-edit the intro
No.
right now. God damn it.
The last one sort of gets up and it sets its eyes on DuPont, and it is going to attempt to I would say, since it's still kind of on the ground, what it's going to do is that it is going to attempt to throw the spear instead of using a melee attack. So it's going to attempt to use... Yeah, it's going to attempt to use ranged instead. Wait, no. Thrown weapons are... Sorry. I'm double checking things really quickly. I swear I have a DM screen and everything. Athletics...
I believe things that are being thrown
Yep,
are ranged.
They are. So... Ooh. Unfortunate. That's 7 guts. Okay,
What the fuck? What are you talking about?
What?
Bro, what fucking fucking skeleton. He's a skeleton. He don't got guts in the first place. What are you talking about?
Exactly. He doesn't have any emotions. You can't hurt him.
No,
Stone
he don't
cold.
got guts. He doesn't
Stone
have a liver or
cold.
intestines or a pancreas or even a fucking, I don't know what they call appendix. He doesn't have it.
Anyway.
So what are you gonna stab?
Anyway. Anyway. So that's 1 to buy. That's down to 6. So we can roll 5
He's
dice.
crying. You made him cry.
Onyx said they don't even have dental.
They
I'm so
have
scared.
the
I'm so scared.
opportunity to
Oh,
re-roll
He could reroll if he
all
wanted
4
to.
of those.
Oh, fuck
They
me, man.
do.
Dental's like legit the only thing that they would have.
I think it's gonna re-roll there.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my fucking god.
That's 3 successes, and that hits your
I
3
have-
brawn.
I have 3 brawn. That hits.
So it just kind of like, with all the aim and accuracy of what you would assume was a well-trained soldier once upon a time, it just flings the spear to you. Spears do 2 damage, and just as a reminder, there are ways that you can negate damage, if you so choose.
You have cards. You do have cards.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit. I'm
Cards.
getting rid of a card. I am not losing Archie this soon, motherfucker.
Pass.
You're
Yeah.
not gonna take
You
him
can,
from me.
right? It's if you burn 1 card, it's 1 damage negated.
Correct. Pass me the card, please.
Oh, brother.
Yes,
It's a good thing we told you to save those cards.
It's
Yeah,
a really
yeah.
fucking good thing you told me to save that card, dude.
Hey, there's an alternate universe where
Ooh.
DuPont dies right now, but at least you knew it was the Illuminati.
Now,
At least I knew what the pin meant.
so we didn't really get to cover this in the journey because it was a journey with special circumstances, but generally, each suit of cards represents certain aspects of a person. And when somebody gives up a card, gives up a part of themselves for some sort of reward, well, depending on the suit, well, that is what indeed they give up. Now, ace is high, remember?
I thought it was a 1.
No,
No,
ace
Ace is
high.
top. It's
I just gave my highest card
You did.
out of like the 3 high fucking cards that I had.
Yeah,
An
no,
ace
aces
Damn.
are the highest possible
diamonds,
cards.
An ace of diamonds, Archie
You're
DuPont.
desperate.
Diamonds are self, ambitions, hopes, personal philosophies.
Oh, I was really hoping it wasn't that
Tell
one.
me, Private DuPont, what exactly are you giving me?
We didn't get to dive into this too much, but Archie was heavily invested in a girl. They had made a promise to each other that if he comes back alive, safe and sound, all in one piece, that they would give each other their hearts. Archie no longer feels the need to give his heart to anyone at any point, and he doesn't really think that he'll ever be able to again. Archie has lost the idea of love in his mind.
So much for Amore, Private DuPont. Very well, the spear only does 1 damage. Thank you very much.
I didn't know that was the big card. Oh, I forgot
Okay,
that
bud.
aces were the big one.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right, buddy. It'll be all right.
He doesn't even remember what she looks like at this point. It's fuzzy at this point.
In case we all forgot that this game hurts to play.
Welcome to Never Going Home,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, episode 2. It begins.
It begins,
That once gorgeous face.
but now it's back to us. Yeah.
It sure is. Round 2. And
All right,
I
boys.
will say that Archie goes first.
That feels right.
Okay. So, So I severed one at the spine, right?
Yep, You get the impression that the armor is basically holding it together. In mechanical terms, basically, if an enemy has armor, the armor goes away first, and then whatever is the like, say, brawn is the next highest, then that goes away. So, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
DuPont's gonna take another shot.
So if we fuck these guys up again, they're gonna go down for real this time.
Yes.
Gotcha. Nice fake out, Atlas.
You got it, babe.
Solid.
Good
fake
shit.
out.
Some good shit. Yeah, Archie's gonna take another shot. Rolling 4 dice. Keep one in the chamber always.
Good thing you
Good
kept one in
thing.
the chamber.
We're going to re-roll.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Kind of taken off guard by the spear and just this sort of almost profound kind of, you're not sure. You're distracted and you're not sure why, but the shot goes wide.
Am I allowed to say that Fink says something during this turn?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Fink is gonna, seeing this, is just gonna yell, to retreat back into the stable now. And just so you guys know where I'm going with this line of thought, if you guys have ever seen the TV show Kingdom,
Heard a lot about it. I haven't seen it yet.
great show. But there's a scene where people survive a zombie attack by going back into the prison they just escaped from and closing themselves in a cell and going up against the far back walls. Like the zombies are just at the bars, they can't get into them. So I'm just like, let's take our weapons, let's lock ourselves, like let's close the cell door, get back in there, and retreat back into like a strategic place to hold the line.
Kind of like bottleneck them, let them come to us.
Bottleneck them, let them come to us, and then we can just be behind bars and fire at them.
Mm-hmm. You are a soldier. I'm with it. Yeah, Archie's gonna fall back and then end his turn.
All right, who goes next,
That's
Archie?
Kevin.
We'll go with Johnny.
Right.
Johnny.
Do I get a free action of perception?
What are you trying to perceive?
I wanna know what the other villagers are doing right now, as this is happening. There was one already with the shotgun out.
Yeah, sure. I'll allow it. How about you give me a... Yeah, just give me a, I suppose an investigations roll. Why not?
All right. So, go ahead and do 2 of those. Leave 1 in the chamber.
Mm-hmm. Not bad.
Nice.
I can re-roll the 1, right?
Yeah, do it.
Yep. Come on. Do the thing.
Oh, fuck.
Ah, well.
Close.
Unfortunate. However, one success is still enough for you to notice something beyond the immediate battle that's happening in front of you.
Right.
It looks like these 3 skeletons that have engaged you aren't the only ones. There are quite a few sort of outside the perimeter of the courtyard, engaged in fighting with a number of different people. The men who are in the courtyard have all either been grievously wounded or have backed up, but there are still some outside with some dogs who are attempting valiantly to fend them off. It's not working very well, and it looks like quite a few of them are going to flee. Muhtar Ibrahim, actually, he has what looks like this kind of like old, like antique ornamental saber, and he's kind of like attempting with actually a decent, like not the worst form to also defend defend himself and his men. You also hear a high-pitched scream coming from the side of the house, sort of past the wall, past the courtyard.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
That's Amara, yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
Are you thinking of? You're not thinking about, dude.
It's a child.
Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball, man.
Older, it's your turn, man. You do your thing.
Oh man. If we can keep their attention, the ones in front of us, fucking do it. Do what you gotta do. We gotta protect people.
Is Fink like grappled?
No. I just got stabbed really badly with the spear. I'm not like being like.
But he's up.
Pinned. I'm up. Yeah.
I'm going to. I'm gonna look for the. I'm gonna look for the girl. I'm gonna turn that corner.
Okay. In that case, I will say that probably takes up the rest of your turn. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay. You kind of you hear that scream, and that's really the only thing that resonates in your head, and you kind of dash past the current fighting, and you sort of make it to the side of the wall of the courtyard, to the side where you heard the scream from, and you see a number, like quite a few of these skeletons, and actually sort of down the hill you actually see there are quite a bit more. If anything, you would say this looks like a phalanx of them, and one of them is dragging Alma by the hair and then just sort of picks her up, and then it and the rest of that phalanx begin marching out.
Dude, they about to sacrifice her ass.
Okay. And you're throwing it to me, I assume.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I feel like seeing that Holder is actually running off instead, Fink is like, fuck, and then yells over to DuPont like, change your plans, sweet. Get back and cover him as he goes, but stay out and fucking kill him.
C'est la vie?
Yeah, he's badly fucking wounded. I feel like, let me check my sheet.
Mm-hmm.
I do have 2 grenades.
You do have 2 grenades.
I do.
Oh, did I get my grenades back? Since I
Presumably.
did get my things.
Remind me, Atlas, what when it comes to grenade attacks, what do I roll again for those? Ranged?
Yeah, those would be ranged since they're thrown.
Okay, yeah.
Of ranged weaponry.
Yeah, I'm gonna run back in the direction that Holder was heading, kind of like cover him. And is there a way that I can like get behind some cover as well after like clearing some distance between me and the skeletons? Like, is there like a wall or a pillar or anything I can, like...
I'd say so. There's enough like going on. There's either like the side of the stable, or they're like sort of like overturned things, whether they're like flower pot, like large, like almost like tree pots or something like that. There's enough cover.
Yeah, I want to just get far enough away from these guys, and then I'll throw a frag grenade over top and like at these skeletons, that since they're all kind of pretty close together.
Okay. Let's go.
They have the...
No. Those are different skeletons.
Not the ones that you're...
Okay.
The ones that we were engaged with.
Okay, I was about to say.
All right, I'm gonna roll and target 2, I assume, or target
yes, target
1?
number
or...
2.
Gotcha. On the chamber, that's 2 successes.
Not bad, not bad.
I am going to... I need 2. It's impossible for me to get the fragmentation feature,
Yeah,
unfortunately, because I need to go
unfortunately.
3 over. However, I can... Oh, sorry. The way that grenades works, I'm basically aiming this at one target, essentially.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, I see. Damn, I wish I had an extra point in here so I could get I could hit multiples, but I can't do that. So I think what I'm gonna do is, yeah, I don't need to spend the other thing because I think this is gonna kill them anyway, right?
Grenades do 1 damage, I believe.
Oh, then I'm absolutely gonna use the remaining point I have to bump that 4 to a 5, so I can get the 1 over +1 damage feature with the frag grenade.
Luckily, that doesn't matter all too much. The bones are... They are fairly fragile, all things considered.
Okay.
So a large explosion does a significant a significantly larger amount of damage than a single gunshot would. So with that explosion, one of the skeletons just shatters, and it is dead, I promise, this time.
Yeah, I love that part.
All right. Who's up next? Oh, wait.
Skeletons.
It's the skeletons.
The 2 remaining bone boys.
2 remaining bone boys. So, one of the actually, let me see. Actually, both skeletons. It looks like since the scream happened and you, Holder, since you see the rest of them sort of retreating, you notice that the other 2 that have been fighting you also kind of almost as one. They all sort of like turn and about face, and they begin to retreat as well, kind of striding past. And they are going to attempt to escape, basically.
Oh, okay.
No. They don't get to run.
All right. In that case,
I might kill you.
I will allow you. I will allow 2 people to make like attacks, and otherwise, if those attacks do not succeed, those skeletons have ended the battle and they are gone. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
2 attacks.
So I would say Holder goes next, since I'm the one who chooses.
Okay.
So this phalanx of skeletons. Yeah, whatever the fuck. I am panicked. There's a child being dragged off into the fucking sacrificial mountains. All right, the mountains are angry, and I am too.
Okay.
So the one that's carrying Alma.
Okay, so you're shooting at the phalanx, not the ones that are in the courtyard, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I want to free Alma.
Okay.
Now the question is, if I were to do that, is she surrounded by skeletons?
Yes, she is. There is a good group of them. I'd say there are at least like 4 that are like escorting her, plus you see that the ones in the courtyard are going to attempt to join them, stuff like that.
See, because if I drop the skeleton that's holding her, she has the ability to attempt a run, but she'll just run into more skeletons. They'll just pick her back up. I'm curious as to something. I'm curious as to how diplomatic you can be with these spirits.
I mean,
I
what
think
do you
we're
have
past
in
the point of
mind?
negotiating.
Well, Holder is familiar with certain things. He's not very familiar with witchcraft. He is somewhat familiar with the various rituals of the various islands, and he knows that blood is very important.
Okay.
So,
Split, is it all right if I ask you a question about Holder?
yeah.
Do you absolutely think Holder is the type of person who, despite his beliefs, when confronted with skeleton soldiers taking away a child, would stop short of doing anything other than shooting skeleton soldiers?
I think in this current situation, I think he doesn't think that bullets will do anything. Those are spirits. Anything that we do to them mean nothing.
Okay. I'd say hurry it up. You got 15 seconds. Figure out what you do.
I guess he's gonna start with a shout. He's going to shoot one of the fucking various skeletons and shout a negotiation, because he knows that them dropping means nothing. He wants to get their attention.
Okay, so you do try and shoot one of them though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, make me a range roll, please.
Yep.
You're not about to get your character sacrificed, are you?
No, no.
Yeah, I was about to say, you better not get your motherfucker killed out, otherwise we have to edit a new video, and I'm
And have to commission the orders for new art. I'm gonna be really upset.
And Charlie's a
Alright.
busy guy.
He is.
I'm gonna have to re-roll
All
those.
right, reroll all 3.
You are indisposable, Mr. Holder.
Oh, that fucking sucks. Those are
Damn.
They don't even notice. Your shout elicits no reaction. Your bullet elicits no reaction. It kind of glances off, the sort of armor of one of them. A lot of them are carrying spears, shields. They really do look like an ancient Greek phalanx, and they just continue marching.
Yeah.
And they sort of pick up skeletons from like outside the courtyard, as it looks like the resistance that was fighting them out there has either died or run off. And they sort of pick up those, and they just pick up their pace and they start marching towards Maltese.
Holder, yeah, the whole time, like Holder, like he fires that shot to try to get their attention. He's just not the child, no, anyone else.
All right, who goes next, Holder?
Yeah.
Fucking Fink is right next to me, yeah?
Close by. He was like more like strategically being within like heading in your direction to like cover you, but is more focused in the courtyard with helping DuPont since they're both wounded.
DuPont is the farthest away. Fink is closer.
DuPont's still in the stables, like 'cause he ran there, didn't he?
He fell back. He was generally at like the front of it, not even like stepping inside, but he fell back.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Fink.
All right.
Okay, so what Fink is gonna do is, hearing Holder like yelling and screaming, but seeing these skeletons retreat, he's gonna like edge closer to getting towards Holder, but will take out his rifle and he's gonna fire shots at one of the escaping skeletons.
Okay. Range, please.
Yep. 4-1 in the chamber.
I think there was about like 20 of these guys, right?
Oh, there's a lot of them, but I'm the 2 that were on us. I'm like, let's try. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll. That entire pool.
There we go.
There we go.
That's what
baby.
we like to see.
Oh, there we go. It is.
As one, particularly the one that like sort of stabbed at you, as it turns to to march away, you just catch it in the back, and this time you hear that bone shatter, and it is absolutely not coming back up. It is dead.
Bones
throw
and
that
dust.
over to DuPont.
All right.
I realize now why it's called Bones in the Dust. There it is.
Hey, we got it, boys.
DuPont's gonna... We're just gonna have to pick off numbers. If they're marching away now, they're not focused on us too much, so we're just... We'll pick at their numbers for now.
Yeah, I mean, like, and we got one more of those boys up that from our group, so you can take them down.
Yeah, I'm gonna take care of the closest one that we have right now, just with my rifle. Hit him with the razzle dazzle.
All right, range, please.
Razzled and dazzled.
Fucking get him, brother.
Yeah.
Consider your dazzle razzled, and I'm going to re-roll that last one to see if we can't get a crit on that.
Sure. Why not? I don't think it's possible for you to buy a crit, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think you can crit with a rifle right now.
Well, you didn't
Hell
get
yeah,
anyway,
though.
but you definitely did enough damage to knock out the very last raider.
Yes.
So you always keep one in the chamber, baby. Always.
Yeah. As soon as it's down, like Fink runs over to runs over to DuPont to be like and like look him over. I'm like, you good? Like look at it like where he's bleeding.
Those are skeletons, no?
I don't want to think about that right now. Where the fuck is Holder? Oh, they got me fucking good.
He ran ahead. It looks like they are taking the girl.
Not the kid.
And I will woundedly, begin to stagger my way over towards where Holder ran off to. One hand still firmly in my rifle, the other hand pressing firmly into my side where I got speared pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Archie's got a little limp
Did I
right
get,
now
like-
because he got fucking.
Yeah, where did I get spear? Because I got 2. That was like half of my health essentially. Did they like get me like through a shoulder or something, or?
Sure. Well, like, it like grabbed your gun, so
Right, so-
whatever would have worked good there. What do you think?
I think grab my gun. Probably got me like pretty good in the side,
Okay.
like a kidney jab with the
Ugh.
spear.
Awful.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! You are not looking so good. We are going to have to get you.
Well, you can worry about that light. Always Holder. Gotta find him. And
He's
we'll
ahead.
stagger over to where Holder, in the direction of where Holder went.
DuPont like takes you like over his shoulder a bit as we just.
That
We're-
fucking hurts.
I know. And he's got a limp too, so he's really giving his right leg all it's got just so he can get like the both of us ahead. We're gonna try to catch up to Holder.
Okay. Holder's not too far away. He's kind of like at the side wall of the courtyard. There's only one exit, which is where you saw the Muhtar and some of his other men. But Holder was able to sort of like get up and see over the wall. But yeah, so he's not that far away.
And they're gone now.
They are marching at a very fast pace. Still like within realm of like how much a humanoid could march, but still a sort of unnaturally mechanical type pace.
Oh man. When they get up to Holder, he is like just firing into the dark.
Yeah. It's still daytime, isn't it? Or is it nighttime?
It is. It's I'd say it's
Yeah.
heading
Is it
towards
day?
the evenings. It's sort of like
Yeah.
the sun is kind of burning red on the horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's firing into the distance. Cause I don't know if he would. It's a standstill on whether or not he would. He looks locked.
Yeah.
He looks like his own joints are locked.
Holder, are you hurt?
And that right there, just kind of about to pull the last trigger, just looks over. Oh shit! Oh fuck! Hops down,
Shit.
runs over. Okay, all right. I'm good.
You're good.
I'm good. You boys.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. You
no,
sit down.
No, I'll get medical help in a minute. This is fine for now. We need to back up, back inside the courtyard. Need to.
They're gone. They're gone. They left.
Okay, but
took
we
the
should
kid.
still. I still don't like. Which kid? The Amara? What's her name?
Alma.
Alma.
They
Alma.
They took the kid.
Shit. All right. Well, let's get back in the courtyard. It's.
Come on.
I don't like
Right.
being out in the open like this.
All right, brother. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh fuck!
Yep.
No, believe it or not.
All right. You know what, buddy, boys? Fucking. John?
Believe it or not, I've actually never been stabbed. So this is a new one for me.
Like,
You get used to it.
just
John,
something for a good story.
Wait,
fully just like
Where's the Muhtar?
wait.
both of them.
The Muhtar is kind of slumped up against one of the sort of gate columns that where the opening of the courtyard is towards the road, towards the rest of the town. It looks like he and his men have managed to fell at least a few of the skeletons. They lay there in the dust, sort of completely inert, but he has been run through with a spear completely, and he is kind of holding his gut kind of around the spear, and he looks over and he's calling out to you weakly, just wait, don't go yet.
Fuck. They make their way over.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
You did not say they were creatures. You said they were people.
John kind of just kneels down next to the guy, hand on shoulder.
You would not have believed me.
You're not
either
coming over the
way.
mic, Alice. You need to be louder.
You would not have believed me either way. Please. They have. He kind of like almost sort of like almost like in a haze, he like lets go of the wound and kind of looks at his hands, just slick and covered with blood, and then he
John
looks up
brings
at
his
you
hand
all.
over, grasps his hands as he's looking at him, reminds him
Please.
of life.
Please, Alma is all I have left. There is the plates, the photographs. They're in the safe. Please. Please save
Photograph?
Alma.
What's this about? Wait, safe. What's the code? What's fucking?
The
Breathe. You are going
Let
to be okay.
me-
This motherfucker's about to down us before we give him a code.
He's gonna be like, the code is 9. And he's gonna be like, well, that's a third of the work required.
he
Man's dying.
as you kind of pressure him, you ask him for the code, and he just kind of eyes sort of glassy, already looking far away.
We'll get her back. What is the code?
She is all I have left. And then he stills.
Shit.
Did we see?
We
did
need to get him.
see- Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Good. Did we see a safe in that room that we spoke to him in?
Not from like where you were, but there were enough places where it could have been hidden. You're not too sure. But
Yeah.
you didn't see it outright.
We can probably
Archie-
find out from any of the Muhtar's men once we have a moment to like
Yeah,
recover. But, like,
Archie like out of breath and like really like stiff on his left leg. Just kind of sputters out. I hope you will not think less of me for what I am about to say.
Broden looks at you like gritting his teeth.
John is silent, looking at the Muhtar still, hand still gripped in his.
We know where the safe is. I think we are going in over our heads to take care of this problem. We are ill-equipped. We are injured. We are not fit to deal with this problem.
No. Right now, we need to get inside and make sure that the two of us don't bleed out. All right. I don't want to talk about skeletons or angry mountains or anything until I'm sure I'm not going to pass out from blood loss. Let's priorities. First step.
You do not look too bad. I've seen worse.
All right.
And
Hold on.
Archie's gonna take you up.
Yeah, hold it. You're the only one of us not wounded. We're gonna need your help, please. Come on.
He nods. Fucking brings his hand, lets go of the Muhtar, brings his hand up,
Looking all around, are
closes
there
their
any men alive?
lids.
Oh, sure.
Closes his lids. Look for you, my friend. Takes the saber and goes and helps his friends.
I'm stealing a weapon.
Split really wanted a sword.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Wait.
I'm
so
a-
yeah.
answer
I'm a
your
pirate,
question-
what can I say?
To answer your question, you did see that there were people who were alive. However, quite a number of them were either wounded and
Okay.
/ or making their escape. They're not trained soldiers. They were
Yeah.
running.
Can we like limp around to like ask anybody where like? Well, actually, can you remind me, Atwis, what healing is like with like medical assistance in NGH?
During a mission, you can burn a card to heal 1 point of health.
Is like there's not like a oh, we can stitch one another up, or
No, not really.
No short rest kind
Okay.
of shit.
No.
can we find somebody who is medically capable in town to like at least stitch us together? Or is it
Yeah,
gonna be
we
like
don't-
we're not
we
gonna
don't
get
have
any
any med
mechanical
kits.
hit points back?
I'm gonna tell you now. Unfortunately, you will not
Okay.
be able to get any mechanical hit points back at this point.
Okay.
Wait. I do remember, I might be misremembering, but if we can find a med kit specifically, that item, can't that also be burned?
That was a specific item for a specific mission that I.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was a custom thing that I.
Fuck!
So.
And you can only heal your own hit
Correct.
points, right? Gotcha. All right, shit.
All right.
Yeah, okay. That drastically changes my approach here.
Everything.
So, okay. Fink is going to say that, just for the sake of the narrative, find somebody who is at least capable of stitching a wound.
Okay.
Like just as a baseline, anyone in town who might have experience or is at least, if not like medically capable, give me a fucking seamstress in town who can suture me in DuPont. And knowing that I'm addressing this to my fellow players, knowing that we cannot heal our hit points back right now, and our mission is to finish this, I assume. I assume we're not looking to just go back to the ship and be like, hey, they got bones out there.
Do you want the concrete terms of the mission?
I would. Yeah, that'd be great. Just to,
okay.
Yeah.
Donovan Bell asked, your mission in general was to recover the pilot and recover whatever photographic plates he managed to take in detail of the area. Captain Bell specified as much information as you can get as to whatever disturbance or incident is going on here would be the better.
Oh, we're good. We're good.
Yeah,
we're solid.
Let's get as much information as we can get, as much information as we can get without dying. There's honestly, Archie was kind of recommending that we just get the safe
okay. Knowing that that's the mission parameters, we get the plates. We can actually, if since Holder's uninjured, I feel like, Split, what do you think of this? Because we know which way the undead soldiers are marching. Maybe there's I don't know. Have we seen any horses here, by the way?
So,
or not even horses.
If you were looking, you were looking to get back into town and get stitched up, right?
Basically, but I will say real quick is actually with Holder, you're predetermined. I'm not saying go into the belly of the beast now, but you saw which way the soldiers were marching. You could possibly run and scout them from a far enough distance to at least see exactly where they're heading towards in that temple, just so we have a little bit of extra intel to give back when we head back on the mission of where these soldiers specifically, if they all just go back down inside the temple, if they go anywhere else.
This is relevant, so if you guys were to leave the courtyard and to go down, sort of going into town, Renat is at the bottom of a hill with a very nice automobile.
Holder, you want to go hop in that?
Where'd you get one of those, Renat?
I do happen to have some expertise in transport.
Are you gonna try and convince him to let you drive his car?
First thing I'm going to do is make sure that my men are safe. I'm going to sit them down and run off and find someone who's alive. It's if I can find a needle and fucking stitch, I can get you myself. Mm-hmm. Now, just sit here.
Yeah.
Don't move. Cover the wound.
Mate, it don't need to be neat. It just needs to be tight.
Just fucking sit there and hold the goddamn wound. All right, I'll be right back.
Holding.
It's easy enough to sort of run back into the household and find at least some sort of either, employee or, housekeeper or something like that who is willing to sort of come out and do a rudimentary, stitching, press against the wound kind of job. Sort of, if you were to approach Renaud, he would be happy to drive you all as quickly as possible back into town. There is a sort of a doctor of sorts.
Why do we not run over the skeletons?
It seems like there's a lot of them, and also
I love the idea,
but no, don't do it.
I mean, is there a flaw in the logic? You are basically in a tiny tank with windows.
It's an automobile, mate. Those are those things. Those things aren't built to ram metal armaments. I was just percolating something. What's going on here?
I will say, because you managed to do damage with like the grenade, they do seem to take like more damage from things that are like, you know, like blunt or crushing or explosive and stuff like that. Just as a reminder.
The armor.
We could run over the fucking skeletons. How many people here have cars?
Like Fink is going, maybe let's not do that, and fucking Archie and John are eyes locked.
I'd like to possibly posit the idea of imagine trying to throw a bowling ball at a bunch of pins, but there is a glass bottle in the middle of them, and that glass bottle is a young child. And so part of me is concerned with the.
That's fair.
Yeah, it is like we're trying not to hit a kid if we want to hit and run some skeletons. Like there is a risk there. So I'm like,
is this discussion being had around Renaud? Is the question.
No, this is. I think this
okay.
is out of character.
Okay,
This is out of character.
Just asking because the man with the car would indeed have input on any plans you would have.
That being said,
it's like, actually, I am.
That being said, we're gonna go ahead and just head back to Renaud because we know he's got a car. He can bring us into town. So Holder runs back to Renaud, like busts down the door, basically, like lets himself in.
Like you like start banging, he like sort of like lunges over to open the door for you. It's new, be careful.
Okay, all right. Hi, need a car, need stitches, need medical.
Okay, he still looks incredibly guilty. Don't bleed too much on the seats.
Try not to bleed on the fine Corinthian leather, he says.
Like John is like breathing heavily, fucking holds up a finger for a moment, like he's about to say something, and then just
once everyone's in the car, like Renaud floors it.
Yeah,
we will do our best not to bleed. I have a lot of blood.
As we're going back, just fucking fills him in on what happened. Muhtar's dead. They took the girl.
I saw.
No. That can't stay. What are they going to do? Do you know? Are they going to just kill her?
Presumably, that is the best thing I can guess. I don't know what else they would do.
I need.
Especially if they're taking her back to Maltepe.
There are men back in town. Yes.
There are.
Horses.
I mean, yes, and like, it's not too far back into town. You guys get there like fairly quickly, and he like Renaud sort of idles like in sort of Main Street, kind of in front of what you would guess is kind of like this pharmacy / doctor / whatever, and he kind of still that guilt on his face. Horses are slow. This is faster. Where do you need to go?
But if you want to go play bowling, I will not stop you.
It's back the other direction, yes.
The hill, the Maltepe is like across town from where the Muhtar's like place is. So, yeah.
Just very simply.
Archie just kind of Archie kind of just shares a look with Fink, and it's the look of like we don't have time for this, like we can't do this sort of look. It's very much like a tragic sort of we might have to just get the shit and go.
You have that look, and then Fink actually truly just gives you the look of like, I mean, fuck it, we're getting patched up. Let him go if he needs to. We can't do nothing here. And as much as I would riding an automobile through a big old crowd of skeleton sounds, that's a sentence I never thought I'd say, but it sounds amazing. But we can't do much, but he can. He can at least try. There's a girl there, DuPont. There's a kid. I'm not saying it's a good idea, but fuck, if he wants to try, let him.
John is like just kind of that way of just perked ear, not looking back, but looking back.
Jonathan, you can save more lives if you are alive.
Jonathan, do whatever the fuck you want to do. You feel like, whatever you feel like you need to do right now. Just don't die while doing it.
The bunt. What's the point of being alive and saving lives if I can't save the lives to begin with?
Just take a grenade with you at the very least. It's like, you know,
Or two.
Just take something if you need to. Just don't get trapped. If you're gonna do this, don't.
3 more grenades going on with my two.
Just if you get any trouble, just get out of there. Don't make us limp back to all the way back to the boat by ourselves.
Think,
Okay.
bro. Archie. He like fully, at this point, just like having some form of support, fully turns back, looks at both of you, reaches over, holds out his hands for both of you.
Fucking Archie takes the hand.
I have seen the face so many times of death that I feel it as an old friend. It matter not, but I will not see him today.
Yeah, you better not.
You will see me. I will see you. We will get back to the boat, and you will puke. And he points at Fink.
Hey, Raynard, you had this car the whole fucking time. You made us ride in a fish cart.
Renaud is like, he's kind of been like doing that sort of uncomfortable, I'm not like really listening, but I have no choice but to listen as these people do this. he kind of drums his fingers on the steering wheel. It's no, let's just say it turns out to be very profitable to betray our own government. So, are we
Fair enough.
going then?
You two?
Elder?
You two, good fucking luck, and God, I wish I was going with you. You're gonna have a hell of a story to tell.
If I live, brother, if I live.
Yeah, go fuck. All right.
The tires squeal, and Renaud just floors it and shoots off with Holder in the passenger seat. But we'll catch up with Holder another day. You two, what are you two gonna do?
Well, we have to get
go
patched
to
up,
the-
and yeah.
We got to go to the safe. Can we just say that like we
Well,
got patched up?
yeah,
like,
we get
pretty
patched
quick?
up, and then we're gonna
Yeah.
go back up to the Muhtar's house to grab the photo plates from the safe.
Mhm.
And once we have those, gotta wait for Holder to get back.
Yeah. It doesn't take altogether too long for you to get patched up. You were dropped off like right in front of the, I guess, clinic, for lack of a better term. And luckily, sort of on the way back, as you sort of limp back up to the Muhtar's place, you know, some of the housekeepers, some of the help are there, and one of them, I think the one that actually like first like staunched your wounds and bleeding while you were up there, she would be more than happy to point you to the safe, and quite like there's a bit of asking around, but at least one of the household help does indeed have the combination.
Okay, good. Yeah, we'll get that safe open, Archie and I.
Inside the safe, it's like a very small sort of like under desk kind of safe. Like you probably could have, if you had not found the combination, probably could have like torn it off and taken it with you, all things considered. But it's within the safe are these sort of very like delicate looking, as much as they are made of glass, these sort of photographic plates. These are the things that aerial photographs are printed off of.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they
And-
are in there, and also in there are the identification discs of the
Yeah.
pilot, as well as a few other like personal belongings that appeared to have belonged to him.
I'll find like a tablecloth or something just to like
Yeah.
bundle all these up into a bindle that I can attach to the end of my rifle
Hmm.
just to have them.
There's also
Do you
at
think-
the back there's a single like gold band, like a
Gold
ring,
band, like
like a ring.
I reach
wedding
in,
ring?
I grab the gold band and I look at it.
Yeah, it's very thin and delicate.
Does it look like a wedding ring?
Yeah.
Nice. I'll set that not back in the safe, but I'll put it on the top of the Muhtar's desk.
Okay.
Just leave it there.
All right.
Are you
then.
not wanting to take it back?
I mean,
I think his wife would probably want it.
is his wife alive? Why would a man keep his wedding ring in a safe if his wife's alive?
I thought this was the pilot's. No?
Oh, this is the pilot stuff. Oh shit. I mean,
Or like do we know if it's like, is there like any like Turkish writing
you
on
don't
the inside
know
of the ring?
like
that's actually a good point.
um
Actually, a very good point. I assume that like this was the Muhtar's safe, so like it was the Muhtar's ring.
yeah, I
But-
would say like the pilot's belongings were kind of like held like together either
So-
in a
and the
box
ring
or
was
a
there
bag
too?
separately, and then the ring was separate from the belongings.
Oh, the ring was separate
yeah.
from that.
Oh, okay.
I think the ring's the Muhtar's.
Yeah, we'll leave it.
Yeah.
Now here's a question as a player. They want us to retrieve the pilot. Do they want us to retrieve a dead corpse? Or do you think we should just give the word that like we can
I think
confirm that he's
with the
dead?
ID tags of the pilot, I think it's unreasonable for command to tell soldiers to like haul a corpse back when they're not, medical people. So
Especially if they've been dead for a week.
yeah,
So-
exactly. So it's like we tell him where he's buried, but like we brought his ID tags back and that he was dead. So we don't need to bring the corpse. I think, yeah, we don't need to try and bring his body back.
Okay, cool. We'll
the ID
we'll
tags
get
are
his
enough.
tags and
Yeah.
we'll be solid.
And where they buried him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Hey, mission accomplished. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Like, well, let's wait for Holder to get back.
I'm kidding. That was me, Jordan, saying let's
Yeah,
go
yeah.
home. And now we wait.
No, we wait. I'll give him until first light in the morning. Not that I expect it to take that long, but in case it does, we'll leave just after dawn. Gives us time to sleep on these wounds, and if he's not back by then, we gotta go.
I do not feel good with the idea of leaving him here, but you do not get to go home just because you are brave.
Right. Yeah, well, bravery is a pretty fucking good trait to have. So let's at least keep a bold face on for this.
And Archie straightens up his back, kind of sits up in his chair, and puts on a straight face. And he's gonna wait.
You settle down to begin the wait. You are treated with hospitality by whatever remains of the household staff. You are fed. You are given, drink if you so choose, changes of clothing. Perhaps you do your best to avoid looking out at the courtyard. If you do glance out at the courtyard, you see that as the hours while away and as the sort of light dims down and sort of fades away over the horizon, going from a red to this deep purple and then finally to a black, the bones of the things that you killed eventually crumble and dissipate onto the desert wind, leaving nothing behind but the bodies that they created and the ancient armor and spears that they brought with them. Holder,
I feel like
Mhm.
yeah, is the only thing that Fink does in the darkness when the bones raise, he walks out into the courtyard at one point and we'll just like look around and just like, are there like helmets on any of these guys?
yeah, there
Like,
are. There are.
He'll grab a helmet and just like look at it and just tuck that away as well to bring
Mhm.
back with him.
Okay.
I was thinking about like you grab a helmet, R2 grabs a breastplate to like look at and inspect. Is there anything like
He'll-
written on the inside? Anything that kind of gives off like a sort of ritualistic?
There might be some scratchings on the inside. If they mean anything, they're in a language that you either don't understand or they are just too old for you to be able to decipher.
And then Fink will take a spear that's left, snap it over, like snap the head off of it over his knee. So he's just taking the spear head, not the whole spear haft.
Okay.
And just tuck it away as well, just as stuff to bring back. And we'll wait for Holder.
All right. Holder, Renaud's car kind of like screams down the road, the engine sort of like revving and rolling. It is a nice car. It's actually a newer model. You think it might be an American one. And he sort of like moves the, he shifts the gear and the headlights come on as the darkness falls. And you approach at a fairly high speed the phalanx of skeletons carrying Alma, and the headlights sort of illuminate their bleached white bones, and Renaud sort of almost like just this fearful expression on his face, just distractedly kind of like almost like barely looks over at you and just, I hope you know what you're doing.
Thank you for this.
He doesn't say anything. He just drives faster, and it looks like you will be able to overtake them with no problems. And I think with that, we're at a fairly good place to leave off for tonight. So thank you so much for joining our unit and joining myself as we, go through what happened with Cojadere. Please stay tuned. In about 15 minutes, we will be back for a bit of a post-show debriefing. But until then, thank you so much, and good night.